July 8, 2014, Belo Horizonte, the Estadio Mineirão. Brazil walk out for a World Cup semifinal on home soil, in front of their own people. No Neymar. He left the previous round on a stretcher with a fractured vertebra. No Thiago Silva, their captain, suspended. 90 minutes later, the score reads Germany 7, Brazil 1. Germany scored 5 times inside the first 29 minutes, 4 of them in a single 6-minute stretch. A nation did not lose a football match that night. A nation grieved. They call it the Mineirazo, and if you ask any Brazilian, that wound never fully closed. It has been 12 years, and that exact nightmare might be about to repeat itself. Only this time, it will not be wearing white. It will be wearing blue. Here's how the trap is quietly being set. We are deep into the group stage of the 2026 World Cup. Brazil sit top of Group C under Carlo Ancelotti, and they will most likely finish first. Over in Group F, Japan are flying. A 2-2 draw with the Netherlands, a 4-0 demolition of Tunisia. They are almost certain to go through, and most likely as runners-up just behind the Dutch. And here's the detail almost nobody is talking about. In this World Cup format, the winner of Group C plays the runner-up of Group F in the round of 32. Read that again. If Brazil win their group, and Japan finish second in theirs, the two of them collide in the very first knockout round. The most likely outcome for both teams leads to the exact same place, Brazil versus Japan. And for Brazil, that is the worst draw they could possibly walk into, because this is not the Japan you remember. At the last World Cup, this team beat Germany and Spain in the same group, two of the biggest names in world football. Both times, Japan fell a goal behind, stayed calm, and won by 2-1. That was not luck. That was a plan executed perfectly. Their coach, Hajime Moriyasu, has been building this side for almost 8 years. He does not lock his team into one shape. Japan can play a back 4. They can switch to a back 3. They can press you high, or they can sit deep and cut you open on the break. They will change their formation inside a single match. That makes them brutally hard to prepare for. And in a knockout round, you only get a few days to prepare. And the players are no longer a secret. Takefusa Kubo at Real Sociedad, Ritsu Doan at Eintracht Frankfurt, Ayase Ueda, who just scored 25 league goals in the Netherlands. Their new captain Ko Itakura, marshalling the defense. This is a squad packed with players from the top leagues in Europe. And every single one of them buys into the same idea. The team comes first. And here's where you have to understand what kind of team Brazil would be facing. Japan's discipline is not just a tactic, it is a culture. Their fans famously stay behind to clean the stadium after every match. Their players leave the dressing room spotless, sometimes with a thank you note left on the table. That respect, that order, that obsession with the smallest detail is the exact same thing you see in their shape on the pitch. Nothing wasted. Nothing out of place. And it is built from the ground up. Japan do not produce these players by accident. From the youth academies, players are drilled in technical precision and strict tactical structure for years before they ever set foot in Europe. Repetition, detail, control under pressure over and over again. So by the time a Kubo or a Ueda walks out at a World Cup, the discipline is not something they switch on for the big games. It is simply who they are. You could see that mentality in how they prepared for this tournament. Just days before their opening match, Japan lost their captain, Wataru Endo, to injury, and he retired on the spot. They had already lost Kaoru Mitoma, one of their best wingers, to injury as well. 2 enormous blows right before kickoff. Most teams would have wobbled. Japan drew with the Netherlands, and then put 4 past Tunisia without breaking stride. The machine did not flinch, because the machine was never built around one man. And then there is the hunger. This is Japan's 8th World Cup in a row, and in all of that time, they have never once won a knockout game. 4 times they reached the round of 16. 4 times they were sent home, twice on penalties. Heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. They are sick of being the brave little underdog who goes home with their head held high. On his way out of the squad, Endo said it plainly. Japan are not here just to take part anymore. They believe they can win the entire thing. A team that hungry, that organized, and that fearless is the last opponent a nervous Brazil ever wants to run into. Now let me be fair to Brazil. Player for player, it is not close. Vinicius Jr., Rafinha, Bruno Guimaraes, Rodrigo, Matheus Cunha, even Neymar fighting his way back to fitness. On raw talent, Brazil might be the most gifted squad in the entire tournament, but talent has never been Brazil's problem. Watch them in this tournament. They were held to a nervous 1-1 draw by Morocco in their opener, a game Morocco controlled for long stretches. Ancelotti himself admitted the performance was not good enough. When Brazil are flowing, they are the most beautiful team on the planet. But when they get rattled, when a disciplined opponent refuses to give them space and refuses to panic, Brazil get nervous. The samba turns into chaos, and that is the link people keep missing. The team that destroyed Brazil in 2014 did not win with flair. It won with discipline, structure, organization, a collective that simply did not break. Japan are built on those exact same qualities: the patience, the shape, one of the cleanest disciplinary records in this tournament, a team that does not lose its head. Japan are, in many ways, the German blueprint painted in blue. Same medicine, different doctor. So before you rush to the comments, let me be honest with you. Japan have never beaten Brazil. Not once. Brazil are 5-time world champions, and Japan have never gone past the round of 16 in their entire history. On paper, Brazil should win this game. This is a scenario, not a prophecy. Brazil could top their group, draw somebody else, and go on to lift the trophy. They are absolutely good enough too. But football has a memory, and the one opponent Brazil never wants to see is a calm, disciplined, fearless side that simply refuses to be intimidated. In 2014, that team wore white and put 7 past them. In 2026, that team might wear blue and speak Japanese. Brazil's worst nightmare is not behind them.